Hey guys, today we're talking about a dumb interaction. So I noticed something about Train, and we'll go over that in a second. But yeah, Train adds specifically any Watt cards with different names from your deck to your hand. And if we look at how these are worded, we have Watt Draft, we have Watt Tuna. So of course we can search any of these, and this means anything with Watt in it is just searchable. So we have some actually just dumb targets like Watt Kinetic Puppeteer. We have Watt Tail Dragon. We have also, does it say different names? Yeah, it says different names. We have not much after this point, but there's stuff like Watt Keeper. But the dumbest one is probably going to be either Watt Psychic Fighter or Watt Kinetic Puppeteer. And this actually does not require us to play any Watt monsters for the most part, right? So this just requires us to have Thunder monsters, and they have to have different names. Well. Would you look at this? Let's see. Thunder. Thunder. These are all thunders. This is a thunder. This is a thunder. This is a thunder. So that means if we play Sprite, we can add as many watts as we want. Although there's like no synergy, we can add as many watt cards as we want. Well, the most useful one is probably going to be watt cancel, being able to negate a summon. And this requires us to discard a Watt monster, which is doable because we can just discard like Watt Tail Dragon or Watt Psychic Fighter or Watt Kinetic Puppeteer. None of these guys are actually even Thunders. But keep in mind, if we did want to, we could just play a single copy of like Watt Tuna. And the reason we would play Watt Tuna, pretty simple. This If this actually triggers, we can just make Colossus. It's kind of like DM. And also interesting, I guess, is that Watt Train here has this effect of special summon as many Watt monsters as possible with different names from your hand. This is a Watt monster, this is a Watt monster, this is a Watt monster, this is also a Watt monster. So that's random. And if we just run them as one-ofs, it would be like gigadumb, but we sure could do this. So uh I'm not sure how many we can get on the field at a time, but let's just calc it out real quick. So let's assume we have like any level 2. So let's say assume we have Sprite Red. Special summon Sprite Blue. Sprite Blue summons Jet. Jet allows us to add Starter summon Sprite Carrot, and without even summoning once in the extra deck, we have 4 Thunders on the field off of just Sprite Blue. And if we had Sprite Jet, I think it... Well, actually, since we start with Sprite Red, that's why we have 4. Otherwise, it would be 3. But then we can go ahead, make Gigantic Sprite, Sprite Elf, bring back a guy. And there's like Sprite Sprint, make Sprite Elf, bring back a guy as well. Which puts us at like 1, 2. Like, still, like, I think that's actually 4 guys specifically, right? If we do that, I think that's how many guys we get put at. Yeah. I vaguely remember this from playing like Melfi Sprite, so that is the case actually. And then this would allow us to do Watt Train for like a bajillion cards. Are they useful cards? No, not even in the slightest, but if in some worlds Watt Kinetic Puppeteer is actually relevant, this is a way to get into Watt Kinetic Puppeteer, just get Watt Kinetic Puppeteer into your hand. I can't imagine like this ever coming up really, because let's see what this does. Gotta read the wording on this carefully. Quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Then we can target one monster our opponent controls, so that's any monster. It doesn't have to be in the extra monster zone. Move that target to another of their main monster zones. So this is where I'm confused a little bit. It says move that target to another of their main monster zones. So does that mean it's assuming what we're targeting has to be in the main monster zone? Because this card is kind of just old then, so it's not very clear if this can move something in an extra monster zone. I'm going to lean towards no, judging by the wording that it can't move anything in the extra monster zone. Because if it could, this actually would be a small counter to Super Heavy Samurai, not like a really good one, but we can use this to stop the Monster Reborn, I guess, effect of the Scarecrow, because it has to summon to the Link Arrow, which if it got moved to a main monster zone, it would no longer be pointing to anything, so you can't bring back like the Soul Piercer. So there is like that idea, or if we were against Sky Striker, we could move their Hayate or Higari or whatever to their main monster zone, preventing them from activating like spell traps or whatever. But I mean, they can just link over that and summon a different Sky Striker card, you know, being all link ones and all that. So that doesn't super help us out here. So if the day somehow comes though, while Kinetic Puppeteer in Sprite, this is totally doable. So let's just real quick just do this. While Kinetic Puppeteer, and then throw in these guys. This, I don't know, maybe one of those. Definitely need one of those. I don't know. Yeah, we still have a lot of room for things, as you can see here, despite throwing in like a few blatant garnets here and there. And it's just Watt cards, so we can also add spell traps, so we could add Watt cancel. So if we have like the option to add 3, we could do add Watt Kinetic Puppeteer, Watt Cancel, and Watt Tail Dragon. Or Watt Tuna, and we just cut like Watt Tail Dragon all together. And then we have like Cancel to solemn our opponent essentially. And then we have Watt Kinetic Puppeteer to hopefully disrupt one of our opponent's plays somehow, some way with Watt Kinetic Puppeteer, which I don't really see happening. Like, except against like one deck. There's only one deck currently that I think is affected by Watt Kinetic Puppeteer, and that is specifically like Map Mech. If they try to activate Transcode, you can move that to like a zone where they can't actually bring back anything. So that might be the only thing you can do with Watt Kinetic Puppeteer. So yeah, not exactly that glorious right now, but if in some world this does come up where you either need like maybe the Watt Cancel or the Watt Kinetic Puppeteer, well, here's a tech just for you, I guess. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.